I think I'm gonna readjust you guys so you're closer so you don't see so much of me and you see more of what I'm doing today. But I'm gonna go ahead. This is like my messy and only corner that I have left in my studio. It's really bad. I think that'll be better. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, I think that'll be a little bit better for you guys. Okay, so this is this cute little media stand. It used to be a buffet, and someone, not me, ended up taking its little feet off. So they did a really good job at it. It was done really well, and it's an awesome piece still, and it's perfect for my customer who was looking for a really low, smaller media stand that she could put underneath her TV, so she didn't have anything. So this is the absolute perfect kind of piece for that. So what I've done is I've actually, for the two front drawers, I'm gonna do some decoupaging. So I'm gonna go ahead and this is one of the fronts of the drawers. And this is the top, this is the bottom, I gotta remember. And this one actually goes on this side right here. So this is my top, and I gotta make sure, because I'm doing two, hi Royce, I'm using Royce's paper too. So if you like the paper, I will hook you up with a link on Zazzle where you guys can buy the paper. So before we get started though, basically what I've done is I've prepped this, I've done a light sand on it. So I am gonna get ready to go on this, and basically before I paint this, or before I put the decoupage or the tissue paper on it, what I wanna do is I wanna paint it. So I'm actually gonna use Wise Owl's Cashmere, which is a super pretty color. It gives really great coverage. I'm probably gonna end up needing to do 2 coats with it. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I already have one ready to go, so I can move over to that, but I'm just gonna kind of show you what I end up doing with this one. I'm not a huge fan of painting like tops of drawers, depending on the technique, or painting like sides of doors and things like that. So I'm really just gonna paint the top. A lot of times what happens is with wear and expansion and things like that, they can start to rub when you open and close them. And so I don't want anything to happen anyways if I decided to paint that. So that's kind of why I just leave it nice and natural. So I'm gonna go ahead. This is a really, really pretty color. This is actually one of Wise Owl's new colors for their fall line, I believe. So, and I'm also using the Klingon brush. I'm using the 45, which is really awesome as well. I love the Klingon brushes. And again, this piece has been prepped, lightly sanded. I was unable to get this hinge off of this door, so it had to come off a different way. Whoopsie. So we're just gonna work with that as is. I was struggling with the nail, or the screw, and I didn't want to mess with it too much, so hopefully you guys had a good Wednesday. It's hump day. Yay, hump day. Can't believe it's almost December. It's crazy. It's my birthday month. It's December. And the holidays, everybody kind of goes nuts. Kind of crazy. So I'm just doing a light. I like it all to be kind of uniform when I go over this. So there we go. So that's kind of my first coat. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I can see people getting on, and I love it. Say hi. I just can't read everything right now, but I promise I'll go back through, and if there are questions, I'll answer them and all that good stuff. So, but yeah, so that's the first coat of the cashmere. So not 100% coverage, but enough to kind of get us started. So like I said, what I did is I'm gonna put this down here. and hide a little bit. So I actually finished one already. So this actually has 2 coats of the cashmere on it already. So this one actually goes right here on this side. So this is my top. So I'm gonna make sure that I've got this as my top. There is a little, probably like a little tiny bleed through on this, but it's okay because once the tissue paper goes on it, you're not gonna be able to kind of see any of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my brush over here, put the cover back on my paint. Once that one dries, we can go ahead and do a second coat. But in the meantime, this one's dry and ready to go. So I'm super excited. So this one goes that way. So this is my, so again, I'm like, which one's my top? Okay, so it's gonna go this way. So this is my top, right? Okay. Sorry, you guys. This is the moment of making sure that I do it right. Cause it has to, I have to have it proper where the top is, the way that I want it to be. So, so this is gonna be my top. It faces that way. So, this is the tissue paper. And this is the part of the tissue paper that I'm gonna be using. And I want them, so actually I'm gonna be using this one. Because I want, there are 2 different, the peacocks face 2 different ways, so I want the peacocks to be facing each other. So one peacock will be on this side facing this peacock, and one peacock will be on this side facing this peacock. That's the goal. Let's see if I can make it happen. I'm like, oh no. Because once it's on, I don't want to mess it up, right? So, I want to make sure, I wanted to show more of like the actual peacock, so I'm probably going to end up, poor thing, like cutting off its feet a little bit, but I want more of the colors in it. It's really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't need the Paris language so much. This is a custom, so this is actually already, I know who this is going to, and she already owns several of my pieces, so she's given me kind of free reign to do what I want to do with this piece, so I'm really excited that she's kind of letting me do what I want on this one. Okay, so because I'm not using the entire piece on this, I want to be able to go and get, okay, sounds good, Race. So I want to be able to get just this. I think this is like kind of exactly how I want it to be on the drawer. Because again, I want more of this pattern. It's a smaller drawer front. So like I said, unfortunately, I'm kind of cutting off its feet a little bit. Maybe I'll move it up just a smidge, so we can get like part of a foot on there. I don't really need the Paris. That's not what I'm looking for. So I think this is pretty good. Tissue paper is a little different to work with. I actually ended up using it on this piece on back here. So super fun to decoupage with it. And it gives this really cool look. So this does have a little bit of creasing in it, but I think once we get it on and smoothed out, that'll go away. And either way, we can kind of rustic it up if we want to, things like that, kind of like get the edges and all that good stuff. So, yeah, I think this is gonna look really, really good right here. I wanna make sure I get the whole peacock's face though. So yeah, okay. So I actually have just a little really easy like sandpaper, and let me go ahead. I know this is like really scary, guys, right? If I mess up, I'm gonna have to buy some more. So it's kind of cool how it just kind of comes off. not for the faint of heart. You kind of just have to dive right in. I know it looks really scary, and it can be, I'm not gonna lie. Especially when I'm doing it as a custom. And I actually sourced this piece. Like I said, I knew she was looking for something shorter for a media stand and wanted to go with something vintagey, not something new. And this just happened to come along. I wouldn't personally, like if I had a nice buffet, that had good legs, I wouldn't go chopping them off to make a media stand, but that's just me. But I didn't do this. Somebody else did it, and they did a good job, so there you go. Trying to get that little piece off right there. I haven't used any glue yet or anything. So this is just going along. So this has a little indent right here. So I might end up having to do some stuff with that after I get it on. This is kind of how I work. I'm very like in the zone. Gotta stay focused on what I'm doing. So I'm sorry if I'm not being super chatty. My husband could walk in the room while I'm working and say like 50 bazillion things to me and I wouldn't even know it because I get really hyper focused. See if I can get this to just kind of come off a little. Here comes the other one. I think people are popping on. Hi, you guys. This is like when people say, how long does it take for you to do a project? This is kind of like the process, right? Depends on what I'm doing. You never know. Depends on how long it's gonna take and how long it takes for it to work with you or sometimes not work with you, which is frustrating at times too. That side came off a little easier. Okay. So, and I'm pretty excited because this is going in a room where she already has a blue, my blue farmhousey hutch that I did, and then the yellow bar. So this is gonna go in that room. So look, I've got like the blues and the yellows, and then the base of this is gonna be a really pretty green. So I'm super excited. I'm finally gonna do like a solid color of abyss, which I've been trying and dying to do. At least that's the plan. If I don't like it, who knows? I might change my tune. Although I think it might look really pretty if I did the abyss with some black glaze for some dimension, but we'll see what I end up doing. Again, it's a free-for-all on this one, which is so fun. Okay. So, oops, one little spot. There we go. Oh my gosh, you guys, this isn't even the most like nerve-wracking part, just so you know. Cause like now I've got it shaped, which is great. But there we go. So now it's off, right? But oh no, now I have to glue it. Now I have to actually decoupage it on there, right? Isn't that the most scary part, that you actually have to put it on? So, eek. So yeah, so I'm gonna see if I can kind of like phase this in. I might start at the bottom and work my way. So, I'm using just Mod Podge, but I'm gonna water it down. My Mod Podge is kind of like, wow. So I'm gonna just pour it on this plate. It's probably way more than I ever needed, but that's all right. And I'm not gonna use, I'm gonna water it down. So it gets kind of like nice and milky and watery. And I only want to do like a really, really thin layer, right? So I'm gonna move this back a little bit. This is like the moment of truth, you guys. Kind of freaks me out. I'm gonna let it sit for a second. I get totally EBGB'd out when I go to do this, just so you know. So every time, doesn't matter how many times I've done it, every time. See what I mean? I'll make sure I get the positioning just right. Don't like it. This is like my struggle. Get so nervous. I want it to be like as perfect as I can possibly get it. Can you guys tell? I'm like, oh my gosh. So let's see. I might end up just peeling this a little bit. Because this has to go with this. My dog just wandered in. If you guys saw her. that totally freak you all out as I went through that entire process? Sorry. Okay, so there, that's on. Now I'm gonna just kind of do another little section. Okay. And kind of keep going, right? And just kind of keep smoothing, but you gotta be careful not to, gotta be nice and delicate with it. There we go. Okay. Maybe this whole last section. Like I said, I poured way too much on. I like to make sure I get the corners with a little extra, since those are the rough ones. It's not always 100% perfect or wrinkle free, but I'm kind of okay with that. I think it adds a little pizzazz. Also, sometimes when it dries, it comes out, depending. Hi, Macy. Voila! There you go, guys. So, and see, I have like a little bit like lifting right here. I'm gonna go ahead and like put that down a little, add a little more. There we go. And then if I have any like little hangies over the edge, I can just go ahead and sand those off when I'm ready, once it's dry. And then of course this will get sealed as well. So yeah, well, you guys can see that. There you go. So when it's on, it'll look like this, facing that way towards the center of the drawers. So I actually got it right, yay! So that is the first one. So I'm gonna leave you guys and probably keep working on my second one. And then when these are ready to be sealed and all nice and dry, I'll go ahead and do that. Right now I'm just working out a little kinks, little bubbles. So yeah. And yeah, happy Wednesday night. The week's almost over, right? So we're almost there. Ooh, I'm gonna get up. Ooh, see, it's a little, like, look, and I'm short, but it comes up to, and I'm standing a little bit on platform, but it sits like right about where my knees are. I'm 5'2". So it's a little itty bitty lady. So she's cute though. And I did post a full picture of her on my Facebook page as well. So I'm gonna keep working on the next layer on the other drawer and wait for this one to dry, wait for that to dry, and and do the second one as well. So anyways, have an awesome evening. Bye guys.